How's it going, guys? Universe, back again with another video. We're playing the SU-25BM. Gaijin gave me early access to this thing 2 days ahead of schedule from when you guys are supposed to be able to unlock this thing. And I'm glad they do that because it allows me to pretty much give you guys an in-depth guide and to let you know if this plane is even worth buying. And I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you. Yes, it does have R73s and it's pretty wicked. But the jet itself is absolutely awful. It is literally horrendous. I think I'm pretty positive it has the worst airframe out of every other SU-25. You can barely go over Mach 0.83 before you start ripping, and at that point you're absolutely useless. Now in the gameplay you're going to see here, this is my only good game that I have played in the SU-25. But this jet just absolutely sucks. It is so mediocre, and you are actually going to suffer. Is it worth unlocking and grinding for the R73 to have some R73 fun? No, it's really not that worth it. The R73 is just not that great. Yes, it pulls 40 Gs, has thrust vectoring, and it's absolutely nuts in certain case scenarios. But it's not that flare resist or flare. What's the word? It doesn't. It's very flare hungry. It's not super duper flare hungry because there is sometimes the occasion where you will fire off the R73, and it just won't even bother to see any of the flares, and it will only see the jet that you fired after. But to be truthfully honest, it's just not that great. This jet just sucks so bad. I would truly recommend that if you do grind for this plane, just sell it. Save your time and money and just sell it. It's not that worth it. We will probably see the R73 coming in about a month or so once the update comes for the major patch, which will probably come with the SU-27 and if we're lucky, maybe the F-15 as well too. I don't think it's that worth it. If the R-73 was impossible to dodge and it was the craziest missile in the game and it was absolutely insane and like unfair, yeah, but it's just not. It's just not that good. Like, it really is just not that good. It's pretty cool missiles, I'm not going to lie. And obviously I got this for free because Gaijin gives it to us to pretty much promote the vehicle and to pretty much give everyone a heads up ahead of time. So I'm going to use that to the best of my ability to let you guys know that it's not that worth it. I really wouldn't recommend it. But I mean, to be truthfully honest, if you want to grind it with your friends and just have some R73 trolling moments, just have some fun, sure. I plan to play this jet with a bunch of my other content creator friends who all have the jet unlocked. And we're just going to go and just troll around with the R73s and just start lobbing them at kids. And I think that'll actually be enjoyable. But for the first little bit of games that I played, I had basically a negative KD, and I got more games played than kills. It was absolutely horrendous. There were some games where I was flying for like 10 minutes straight, and I got 0 kills, 0 points. I didn't do anything for the entire match. It was absolutely terrible, and I had no fun at all. In the gameplay back here, 2 R73s off onto players that are just down below. Mirage F1C absolutely clapped out of the match. F4... I fired off at him, but unfortunately the missile bugged out and decided to start spinning, so the missile didn't have enough energy to reach its target all the way. And the FGR is absolutely going to start zooming away, and he's going to die to a radar missile because that's just the classic for any Breton main. But this plane just isn't that great, and you can see here, I just don't have the greatest top speed, and they're going to see me constantly pulling out my air brake pretty much every time I have to, because the minute I get to 0.8 Mach, I instantly get the reduced speed warning. And the minute I continue to let that go, boom, my plane is just into shambles, and it's absolutely destroyed. There's no point in even taking it. I'm showing this gameplay off because I'm trying to make you guys understand that, yes, the R73s are cool and all, but they're just not that good. F14 straight ahead. I'm going to fire off my R60 MKs in hopes that he gets confused and think maybe that's an R73, but he didn't fall for it at all. He's not that stupid. And even at that, like... he has plenty of flares. I think he's pretty confident in the fact that he could dodge an R73, even if I did fire one off of him. That's the problem with the R73. Anyone can flare it. It's really not that hard to flare. I think the R73 would be absolutely incredible if the target you're going after is not really paying attention, and they're like extremely fast. Because there's some angles where you can fire the R73 off, and it absolutely is insane. It just goes zooming. It just zooms across the screen and absolutely just pulls the craziest Gs. Like, it says 40 Gs, but sometimes I feel like this thing pulls 100. It's actually pretty insane. I will say it, the R-73 is amazing. It's really, really good. But it's just, it's not really worth getting the SU-25. It's not really worth it. I'd much rather sell it. You could probably sell it for like 60 whatever it is, Gaijin coin, or I don't even know what it's called. You could probably sell it for a decent amount because everyone's going to want the R-73, but it's really not that worth it. Save your money, save your time. But this thing is just absolutely awful. And another thing too that I want to mention, for a lot of really good players, a lot of us will agree that the minute this comes out, the amount of people that are going to spam play it, we're going to take advantage of that. I definitely have plans to play the nets and absolutely grind as many SU-25 kills as I possibly can and get my nets back to 100 KD. It's 100% possible, and I have every opportunity to do so, and I will. Again, another R-73 off into the tornado there. He's not even paying attention, and he's out of the match. Very fun there. And then a MiG-29 as well, too, who's completely distracted. I'm going to go high off foresight, but I'm completely comfortable with the missile hitting. MiG-29 will be out of the match. Two missiles out, two missile kills. It's pretty fun. You can get some nice kills here and there, but it doesn't happen often. And then right as I look behind me, I just spot a missile, not in time, and I'm dead to a MiG-29, who used an R-27ER on an SU-25. I don't know how they think that's a good idea, but they chose to do that anyways, and they lost that match. Again, if you see an SU-25, you shouldn't be wasting radar missiles for it. It's just not that worth it. It's an SU-25. Yeah, it has R-73s, but the R-73s are not that great. They're not really that worth wasting your own radar missiles. I don't know why people do it. This match here as well too. It's a short one. This video is kind of short, and I apologize, but this thing actually is just not good. And there's nothing to really show off, other than the fact that it has R-73s, and I might make some R-73 content in the future, maybe if I get some really good clips, but nothing really much special. F4 gets hit by the R-60M, and an F-14 behind me. I'm gonna overshoot him. I'm gonna actually blast his wing off. That was a really clean kill, and I had to add that in. But in the classic happening that always happens every single time, someone decides to use a radar missile against me in an SU-25. I'm an SU-25. I'm not that big of a threat, but they choose to use their best missiles. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.